What's up, everybody? It is Michael, and I am the founder of Voice.RealEstate and HiIQ, and I am so stoked to be talking to you about our brand new launch of our Voice AI product. And just to give you a little bit of context, our company, we've been doing lead generation and marketing for the last 7 years, exclusively in the real estate space. And we very quickly found out that getting leads really wasn't the problem. It's cheap and easy to get very scalable lead sources, whether you're doing it yourself, like on Facebook or Instagram, or you have other third-party lead aggregators. And that's the easy part. Those leads are inexpensive, and you can get a lot of them very quickly. The hard part is getting them worked appropriately by us or the agents. And so over time, we evolved into an automation and CRM company, and then that evolved into also offering ISA components to our service, where you could actually hire our people to call, kind of like a white label solution, and we would reach out and touch base with all of your leads and set appointments for you, and then hand them back to you just to help qualify and help you take care of a lot of that initial grunt work at the top of the funnel. And while those services are amazing and still to this day work very, very well, they're expensive. Hiring humans is expensive in general, especially being that we are a US based company. We don't outsource any of our ISA work like a lot of other company does. And so what we ultimately have been working on over the last really year has been the ability to have AI call and have a completely interactive voice call with your leads. It sounds super, super human. Although I do think it's important to point out it's not our intention to dupe somebody into thinking that they're talking to a human, but it does sound very, very human. In fact, most of our clients actually disclose that person's talking to an AI. The main goal of this is to give the lead what they want, what they're asking for, as quickly as possible. Really increase your speed to lead, so that way they get it from you instead of from one of your competitors who are advertising online at the same time. So, all that said, it's an entire ecosystem. You're probably talking to us because of the AI voice component. It is amazing, but it doesn't just stop there. It's an entire marketing automation platform. It's a lead generation platform, a nurture platform, and then an appointment setting platform with, yes, the AI voice, but also AI SMS funnels as well. And so you get all of that with our service, and it's built out all for you. It's very, very turnkey, but you have the option to go through and customize everything. So it's really cool and how everything is built out, super turnkey in that sense. So what does it do exactly? Really, from start to finish, it takes care of everything. So it automatically imports your leads. So let's say that you're getting something, you're getting leads from like Facebook, you're getting them from Zillow.com, Realtor.com, any of those third-party lead aggregators, or if you're doing it yourself, it'll automatically import into our system. It'll automatically start the AI SMS and voice campaigns to reach out to them, help qualify those leads. That whole system is completely interactive and conversational. It's not just scripted programmatically, although it does stay on script really, really well. If somebody goes off script and they ask a certain question, that'll engage with them, and then it's really good at coming back to that script. It handles objections better than most agents does or do. It's a really good objection handler. It's basically all of the best practices pre-programmed into the script for you, and how we handle the objection. It's not pushy. It's very polite, but it's really good at overcoming objections, especially kind of what we would say the top level kind of BS objections, like, yeah, I don't think I'm really interested right now, or yeah, I'm thinking about renting for another year, those types of things. It is connected. Everything's built in our CRM. It is included in the pricing. Although you can use our system as a standalone CRM, it also does integrate into pretty much every other major CRM, whether it's through Zapier or a direct API integration. So if you're using Follow Up Boss, you're using Chime or Lofty, I guess it is now, any of those big ones we connect with. And then one of my favorite aspects of this, it's so scalable. Humans can only call so many people at a time. The best ISAs, if they're talking to people, they're only able to get through like 150, 200 phone calls a day. And on top of that, it's grueling. Nobody likes doing that kind of work. You have to be built a little differently to be able to take all the objection and all the nonsense that comes along with that. But this is completely scalable. It can literally call 5,000 or more people in like 60 seconds. And so, you start getting leads in, you get 100 leads this month. Hey, you can handle them this month. You get 100 leads next month. You can probably handle to 200 leads next month. But it becomes this never ending non-economy of scale when it comes to hiring humans to work your leads, because you don't just have to work them this month. You have to work them 8 months, 12 months, 3 years into the future. We have people in our CRM databases that they raised their hand on Facebook and said, I'm thinking about buying a house. And then from the time that they raised their hand and said that to the time that they actually bought a house was many, many months later or even years later. And so you continually have to work your leads. And I know I'm preaching to the choir, but you continually have to work your leads over time in order to really maximize the ROI out of them. And I'm sure most of you have tried Facebook ads, or you've tried these other third-party lead aggregators, and the leads suck, or you've heard people that have said that. They really don't. You have a 1%, maybe a 2% conversion on Facebook. And your Facebook leads cost $5, $6, $7 a piece, $7 on the really high end. So let's say that they cost $10 a piece on Facebook, and you have to get 100 of them to get that 1% conversion rate. Yeah, you got to talk to 99 people that told you no, but now you're taking $1,000 and you're turning that into a $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 commission, or sometimes more. And so it's one of the best places to put, if you're an individual agent, brokerage, or team that's trying to grow, it's one of the best places to put your ad dollars, other than giving your money to something like what I would say is Godzilla, jokingly, and giving them all the market share, giving them all the advertising, the brand awareness, because that's all they're doing. You're giving them your money, and then they're turning around and advertising on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google pay-per-click, and they're driving traffic to their website, and they're capturing those leads, and then they're selling them back to you at a premium. But when you do that, you're losing all of the exposure, you're losing all of your brand presence, and you're giving all of that away to somebody else to build their business, and they monetize that off of you. There's no reason that you can't do that and do it at a much lower cost. But the problem is you have to work those leads long enough in order to actually get those conversions out of it. So that does all of that for you. Over time, it's a great nurture system, and we have years of campaigns built out into that system, so it continually works those leads over time. Once it calls and it talks to somebody, it summarizes that phone call for you. It'll automatically update the notes inside of the CRM. It automatically tags and dispositions the lead at the end of the phone call. And then let's say that they're not ready yet, it'll automatically continue to follow up and nurture those leads over time. And so it's really I don't want to say a hands-off system. There's still a lot of things that you need to do and interact with as an agent. Keep your pipelines clean, continually update the notes that you do talk to, those types of things. But it handles a lot of that top level grunt work that you are typically doing yourself as an individual agent. So all wonderful things. Some of these are cheeky as far as what it doesn't do, right? So let's talk about what it doesn't do. Cheeky, but worth pointing out. It doesn't get tired, doesn't get emotionally worn down. It doesn't need to be trained. It doesn't go off script except to answer those interactive questions. Obviously doesn't require hiring or firing, doesn't require HR support, or you don't got to pay payroll taxes, all those things that come along with hiring humans. And that's it's kind of a big deal. Even if you have professional ISAs in your company, it's a lot of work hiring them and training them and then retaining them over time to continue to perform at an optimal level. And so you don't have that with a robot, which I think is a great things to point out. More of what it doesn't do. It doesn't replace you as an agent. I want to be really clear about this. This is not a tool that convinces somebody that they should buy or sell their house. That's what you're intended to do. This is a tool that helps you connect with people at the top of funnel leads, helps you connect with people and get appointments for you to go in and be the expert. It's a great appointment setter. It's a great secretary. It's a great admin for you inside of your CRM. It's not a great real estate agent. That's what you're there for. So it doesn't replace you as an agent. So, tongue in cheek. In other words, the robots won't sell the house for you. I know that does sound obvious, but it is important for us to say. And so I'm saying it. You're there as an agent. You're there to be their expert guide. This is just a tool that allows you to leverage, get some of your time back, or often cases a lot of your time back. So it doesn't replace you as an agent. So how does it actually work? Really great example. I'm going to go over here into our CRM. I'm going to show you guys a live example of what happens. This is our CRM, and when you get a new lead, and this is it's important for me to point this out. I'll point it out probably a couple times and repeat myself, but this is going to automatically create that contact for you inside of the CRM. We'll do it either through an API call from Facebook or Zapier, or if you use a different automation platform like Pabbly or something. Regardless, it's going to automatically create the contact for you inside of the CRM. And then depending on the lead source, and this is all stuff that we help you set up in onboarding, by the way. So this is, in most cases, not something that you have to figure out on your own. We're here to be a resource for you on that. So it's going to automatically create the contact, and then everything is triggered based off of a tag. So depending on the lead source, we'll help you pick which tag needs to be applied to start different campaigns, because we have a ton of different campaigns pre-built for you for pretty much all of the most common, or certainly the most major lead sources. And so if you're doing Zillow leads, you're doing Facebook, you're getting Z-Buyer leads, you're an investor that you're generating leads from like expired listings, any of those types of things. We have tons of different pre-built scripts for you, and those scripts, and I think this is actually a really important thing for me to point out as well. Those scripts that we built for the AI, those are all trained from our best performing ISAs, our human ISAs, and all the best ways to handle those practices. So, maybe you have you're a KW agent and you follow LP Mama. We actually incorporate a lot of the LP Mama scripting frameworks into our scripts. The Tom Ferry coaching, all those best practices in real life, very practical situations. That's what our AI script is trained. All of our AI scripts are trained off of. And so, best performing scripts. That's all pre-built for you. You don't have to think. Don't have to think very creatively on building out or customizing those scripts. Although you absolutely can customize them if you want to. We walk you through all of that. So all that to say, those are all pre-built, and I'm going to start probably one of our most common, most popular scripts that we have inside of our CRM, which is great at working whether it's a buyer or a seller lead. It's great at working online, kind of like general lead sources. Maybe it's a Facebook lead would be a great use case for this. And it starts with a tag. And so again, it's automatically going to create the contact in the system, automatically create a deal for it, and then it would automatically apply the tag. I'm applying it manually for demonstration purposes, but that's not something that you have to do on your own. That's going to happen all on the back end automatically. Once that hits the CRM, it's going to immediately call me. You can see I'm getting a phone call right now. I'm going to talk to the robot, put on speaker so you guys can hear the conversation and interaction. Hello?
Hey, is this Michael?
It sure is. How can I help you?
Hey, Michael, this is Jamie. I am a virtual assistant with Premier Real Estate Group. I saw you just requested some property info online. Do you have just a minute?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, awesome. Were you thinking about buying a property, selling, or maybe both?
Yeah, I was going to buy a property, or wanted to, in the next couple of months.
Okay, great. If you don't mind me asking, are you renting a home currently? Like, would this be your first purchase? Or do you have a home now that you would potentially want to sell in order to buy your next one?
Yeah, I am a first-time home buyer. So yeah, just living in an apartment right now with my kids and wife.
Got it. That sounds exciting. So can you tell me a bit more about what you're looking for in your new home when the time comes? Like how many beds or baths you'd like to have, or maybe what price range you're considering?
Yeah, ideally we're looking for a 4-bed, 3-bath home, ideally with an office. So maybe it's like a 5-bed, 3-bath home. And then we're trying to keep it between like $600,000 to $700,000.
Perfect, thanks. So that's a 4 to 5 bed, 3-bath home with an office, ideally between $600,000 to $700,000. That sounds like a fantastic plan. Okay, and lastly, just so we can be prepared, are you already pre-approved or do you need a lender? We can definitely help you with that as well, if needed.
Yeah, I am pre-approved already.
Awesome, that makes things a lot smoother. Well, I'll set up a time for a quick call with one of our awesome agents to get you some resources and start a custom search to share homes that hit the market and meet your exact criteria. It should only take maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Fair enough?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, great. The email I have for you is michael@highiq.com. Is that the best place to send the calendar invite?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, perfect. We have availability over the next couple of days, but of course, I'll help work around your schedule. When would be a good day and time for a quick call?
Yeah, I could do tomorrow, like around maybe 5:30 or so when I get off work.
Great. I'll make sure to get that on our agent's calendar. Now, just making sure, tomorrow at 5:30 definitely works for you, right? I just want to make sure it's convenient.
You know what? I get off work at 5. Sometimes I hit some traffic, so let's do 6 o'clock if that's okay.
Sure, no problem. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock it is. We should be able to make that work just fine. Sound good?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Great. I'll get that on our agent's calendar for tomorrow at 6 o'clock. We'll look forward to speaking with you then. Do you have any other questions for me before I let you go?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, again, I really appreciate all of your time today. Have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.
All right, so there you have it. So super great little demonstration of how that script goes. Then what happens is at the end of that phone call, what we're doing is we're taking the transcript of it, we're sending it to ChatGPT or Microsoft Azure, one of those two LLMs, and we're summarizing that call. And then once that call is summarized, we're actually going to put that directly into the CRM right here in the call summary. So it'll drop in the notes and just kind of like the bullet points of what everything was talked or what was talked about in that call, and then also drop in the requested appointment date and time. And then from there, it's going to send you a notification after updating the lead and categorizing it. It's going to send you a notification via email, text message, also have a push notification through the app, and just dumps everything out to you. It says, hey, we set an appointment. It's tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Make sure you call and confirm the lead, add it to your calendar. Or we also have a Calendly integration that will automatically add it to your calendar directly for you. And so tons of really great stuff. It's all the things that we would have to do otherwise. And then also on top of that, inside of our pipelines, at the end of the call, it would categorize this lead into the hand raise bucket. And then based off of whether or not it has a buyer lead tag or if it has a seller lead tag, it would then drop that into the buyer hand raise pipeline, or if it had a seller lead tag, it would drop into the seller pipeline. And so, like I said, it does a lot of this work for you, which is so fun to watch live. And just one less thing that you have to do. You can focus more on revenue generating activities as an agent. So really, really cool with what it does. Why we do it, I know I mentioned this a little bit top level earlier, but we realized that agents struggle with really three main components of their business. One is actually getting quality leads in a scalable way. Two is then connecting with those leads fast enough. Everybody, I'm sure everybody that's listening to me has heard, whether it's from a team lead or your brokerage owner or a coach or another agent or peer of yours, that speed to lead is really important, and it is. So oftentimes with how this works, it's so fast that people are often looking at the lead form that they just filled out or like a thank you page while they're getting a call from the AI live. And so it happens really, really quickly, far faster than we're typically able to get to those leads ourselves and place phone calls. And then the third thing is actually just following up with our leads long enough for a long enough period of time. I know I said it before, but from the time that somebody raises their hand on Facebook and says, I'm thinking about buying a house, to the time that they actually buy a house can be a really long time. And so this just continually works those leads for a really long time, years, or as long as it's needed to get a positive response back, and it just continues to do it pretty much forever. So that's one of the main reasons that those are the three problems that we're really trying to solve. So who do we serve? We get a lot of people reach out to us and say, hey, will you work with us if we're a mortgage professional? And the answer is yes. So we designed the system specifically for real estate professionals. So whether you're an individual agent, if you're a team owner, small or growing, doesn't matter, you're a brokerage that wants to implement lead generation and AI to feed your brokerage and the agents within it. If you're a mortgage professional, you're a broker. If you want to do recruiting in either of those sides, we have recruiting scripts built out. We've got really great recruiting ads as well. And so as long as you are consistently getting inbound leads, or you'd like to start getting inbound leads, or if you have a large database list that you haven't connected with in a while, We talk with agents and teams all the time where they've been doing lead generation for years and they have those opt-in leads, but they haven't talked with them in a really long time. And so it's a great way to start working through that database in a very scalable way. If you need help with stronger follow-up, and really just if you want an automated system that will help you qualify, and we can basically guarantee you more at bats, this will set appointments for you. It's really, really good at that, and we'll get you in front of more people. So that's who we built it out with or for. I will say, if you're an investor or a wholesaler that is watching this video, we do take wholesalers and investors on a case-by-case basis. You need to reach out to us and have a conversation with us. It is very important. We do not let you spam call people. You cannot just go buy a list and have AI spam call people. You do need to have opt-in leads, or you need to be willing to get opt-in leads in order to use our system. And so that's where those databases come into play. If you have older opt-in leads, it's okay. You just need to have opt-in leads in general. Basically need to have consent to call these people. Okay, best way and how to succeed with us. It's super, super turnkey, but all of our successful clients, they are generating those inbound leads, like I was just mentioning, pretty much any lead source that you can think of. So whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Zillow, you're doing pay-per-click, you have ZBuyer leads, OpCity, Sync, any of those types of lead sources, we can work with those. And if you're not doing any of those things currently, we can help you generate those inbound leads. We do a really, really stellar job. We have great media buyers that can pretty much, you name the platform, we can help you buy ad space and generate leads. And our lead cost is anywhere between $5 to $8. $8, $10 being on the really, really high side of it. But I'd say between like $4 to $5 is very average. And then also, this is going to be a new tool for you. So super turnkey. You're still going to have to learn how to use a new thing. So for a while, I'd say probably for the first month to month and a half, spending at least an hour a week in the software. And we've got really great mastermind groups that you can come to. We host them Wednesdays. All of our clients have a free mastermind pass. And so you guys can continually come to those. Really, really great information. We don't just stop on how to use the CRM. We talk through best practices for scripting, how to transition from the phone call and scripting frameworks for us humans as agents after the AI set an appointment. How do we transition from a phone appointment into a face-to-face meeting? How we go through our buyer packets and presentations, all those types of things, and just a bunch of other automations that you can work inside of your system. So maybe you want to send birthday cards out whenever one of your past clients' birthdays come up and you want to send them a handwritten card, but you want to automate that process and send it to a company like Scribe.io, where it looks like it's a handwritten card with actual postage and everything, but you just want to automate that process where birthday, we see it's a birthday for a client, automatically triggers an API call. Scribe writes out a handwritten letter, automatically sends it to you. There's just all sorts of really cool stuff that you can do inside of the CRM. And we talk to you about that inside the mastermind classes. And our most successful clients also do have at least a basic understanding of CRMs. If you have never used a CRM before, this might be a product that takes a little bit more time for you to learn. So if you're a old school spreadsheet, Rolodex style agent, nothing wrong with that at all. But this is going to be a new thing that you have to learn. And we will help walk you through that. We've got 30 days of onboarding. We meet with you multiple times to help you get everything. It's very white glove to get everything set up. But our best clients do have a basic understanding of CRMs and how to use them and how to continually monitor them and make them better. Okay, packages and pricing. We have 3 different packages. So we truly a big goal of ours was to make this product accessible to anybody, whether you're an individual agent that's just getting started out, all the way up to a full brokerage that is scaling, maybe even acquiring other brokerages and teams. So we've got tons of different packages, starting at $347 a month, all the way up to $14.97 a month. The $14.97 a month package is going to be more for the clients that want just everything done for them. It's a lot of one-on-one priority support. You do get a technical account manager, all sorts of stuff that comes with that. But I'll walk through the different packages with you right now, just so you know what to expect under each one. So our $347 a month, our tier 1 package. This is a great package to start with. If you're an individual agent who is already generating leads. So maybe that's, again, sources like Facebook, Google Pay-per-click, Zillow, you name it. If you're already generating your own lead sources, you don't need us to do that for you. The 347 package is the best place to start. And if you want to be an early adopter, this is truly cutting edge technology that you are putting into your business. I actually flew out and talked with Tom Ferry several months ago when we first started working with this. He invited me out to his conference in Chicago. It was a blast. I got to meet some really, really cool people. And one of his presenters was an AI guru, right? And he said it, I really, really believe this as well. He set it up on the big screen. In the next 5 years, there's going to be two types of businesses. There's going to be businesses who have successfully adopted AI and leveraged that in your business. And then there's going to be bankrupt businesses because us humans just cannot do the type of scalable work that the AI and a computer can do in a way that's typically far, far more efficient. And so if you want to be an early adopter of this type of technology and start learning how to put that into your business, 347 a month, it is very, very inexpensive to start with a product like this. And if you have an understanding of the concept of leveraging your timeout, this is a product for you. If you don't understand that concept, hey, it's okay. Just keep doing things the way you've been doing them. Keep working your SOI. Keep having those one-to-one relationships. This is a one-to-many relationship model. So this is a way that you can scalably start growing your business in a way that is far, far more efficient than you just making one-to-one phone calls to your SOI. And if you want a high converting and pre-built SMS and voice funnels that you can then edit and personalize on your own, great package to start with. So 347, if that is some of the criteria that you meet, you're an individual agent, already generating leads, you want to be an early adopter of tech, you understand the concept of leveraging your time, and you want a lot of the stuff pre-built out for you, just essentially all of our templates that you can work off of, this is the package that you want to start with. Okay, so let's say that you're not already generating your own leads and you'd like us to help you with that. That's what our tier 2 or our 747 a month package would be great for. So if you want to start generating buyer and seller leads with Facebook and Instagram, you're not already doing that, or you want us to take care of that instead of some other vendor that you're working with, you can absolutely do that with us. So if you want to start growing your own brand exposure instead of giving it to third-party lead aggregators like Zillow, Realtor.com, like I mentioned earlier, great package. And if you have an additional ad budget of at least $500 a month, so just to be clear, the $747 a month is what you pay us. That's for the entire system. That's for us to manage and optimize your ads. You would then need to put in at least $500 a month into your ad budget on top of what we charge you in order to start getting those inbound leads. So if you don't have a $500 a month budget, it's okay. I would just, and I'm not trying to talk you out of spending money with us, but you're just not quite ready to use a product like this. So, you're spending $500 a month or more. This is going to start really being efficient and effective for you. So if you meet that criteria, this is a great place to start. And if you want us to actually manage them for you, like I mentioned. So this is completely done for you on the ad side. We optimize everything. We have some really great templates that we work off of, but we optimize them and customize them a little bit to you. So our upsizer ads, downsizer ads are great for getting both buy and sell side leads. Just listed ads and also new construction ads, great at getting also both buy and sell side leads. And we have some stellar templates that we'll show you when you onboard with us and let you pick from a couple of different types of campaigns that will run and implement into your business. Okay, now if you want to see what the actual ads look like, this is a really great example. So here's some of our just listed campaigns. We have tons of different new construction campaigns, upsizer, downsizers. We look at the different types of homes in your area and we find photos, whether it's your own or even if it's just we need to use stock imagery if you don't have any sales in the past, we can certainly find houses that look like the houses in your area. So we tailor it to your demographic and the types of homes that you have. And then as far as the results are concerned, you can see kind of a range here. And by the way, we didn't have our team go through and pick our best performing ads. This is super, super average. This is what you can expect when you have us manage your leads. So just listed ads, here's a client. This is a 30-day budget. 56 leads so far. at $5.18 a piece on this new construction ad. Now, this is a little bit higher cost per lead, and you should expect that your new construction ads typically are a little bit higher cost because you're targeting, in most cases, a little bit higher income demographic, higher price point homes. It's a little bit smaller market pool typically, depending on your area, but typically it's a little bit smaller market pool. And so you'll pay a little bit more for those leads. I have seen them down closer to like the $7-8 range. But being conservative, I'd tell you expect about a $10 lead. There's 85 of them at $10.54 a piece. And then these are personally my favorite, these upsizer and downsizer ads that we run. We can get leads all day long between $4 to $6. And what's great about these is they often come with a sell side as well. So, hey, want to downsize? It's typically an older couple that had their last adult child move out of their home. They're looking for something a little bit smaller. They have that house to sell, and oftentimes they want to sell that to go buy their next house, and typically like retirement type opportunities. So we take care of all of the targeting. We take care of all of the audience matching. We take care of the creative. We take care of the scripting. We take care of the lead form, the integration, the setup. We deal with all of the nonsense on Facebook when it comes to the special ad category, being that you're in housing. We take care of everything for you. So that's what you get with us when you are running our 747 package or our 1540, or excuse me, our 1497 a month package. Call it $1,500 a month, just to make the math simple. And speaking of that, our $1497 a month package. So this is if you want us to do everything for you. It's kind of like the done for you package. A lot of our teams that are working with us, a lot of our brokerages that are working with us, I'd actually say almost all of the brokerages that work with us do this package. So if you want us to manage your Facebook ad campaigns with all of our templates, and you want a bunch of custom ad work, maybe you have specific videos that you want us to run ads on, maybe you have a very particular way of wanting to run it, you want us to completely customize the ad, this is a great place to start. And then also if you want priority support, so our other two packages that we have, it's kind of a self-serve platform. We have tons of templates. We have tons of help docs. We have live chat support. So there's lots of support on the other two. But if you want one-to-one support with one of our technology coaches, we will consult with you on the best practices, on how to use the system, how to make changes to your automations, customize your ad strategy, customize the scripting, do everything for you. That's what this is for. And then also, we'll help you build out and customize all of your SMS and voice funnels at the same time too. So very much a priority service, kind of white glove thing, continued throughout the course of the time that you're with us. That's what that $1497 package, it's just the done for you thing. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense on what those different packages look like. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We have awesome product specialists that will talk to you. They'll get you a live demo. I encourage everybody who's watching this to actually go ahead and schedule a live demo. So that way you yourself interact with the AI and give it a hard time. Tell it you're not interested. Hear how it handles objections, so that way you're really comfortable with everything. You can see how everything works on that live demo. And I think you'll be really, really surprised with the direction of this technology and where it's going. And I'll put it this way, guys. Yes, you're going to be an early adopter. If you saw this thing 6 months ago, you'd be like, it has potential. I don't think it's ready yet. And you would have been right. Seeing where it's at now, 6 months later, it is so good. And so where it's going to be in another 6 months, I mean, I'm telling you, I'm not joking when I say that every single week something improves, and like by a lot, I'm not joking. So the latency, the lag time, how human it sounds, how it talks, how smart it is, like it's just continually getting better all the time. So really encourage you to reach out, just chat with us, see if you can trick the AI, and just have fun with it, and we're happy to help along the way. So yeah, even if you just want some more information, we're here to be a resource for you. You can use us as a sounding board. Our guys are great. I'm biased, but our guys really are great. So really appreciate you taking the time to look at all of this and chat with us. So if you have questions, let us know. Otherwise, if you're ready and you want to go ahead and jump in, you can go to our website. It's Voice.RealEstate. So again, Voice.RealEstate, not Voice.RealEstate.com, just Voice.RealEstate. All those packages will be right on there for you. We have some really great other live demos that you can take a look at, some examples of the AI recording. You can just pick your package, check out, and then from there you'll get an onboarding form. and you'll schedule your onboarding call. So we'll build out everything on the back end. We take care of all the automation build out for you initially, and walk you through the whole system to help get you set up. So thank you again for watching us. We couldn't do this without your support. We have over 460 clients that are now on this platform with us. We hope that you are the 461st. Let us know if you have questions. We'll talk to you soon.